Hello, my name is Rohit Khosla. I am the founder of Learnbyexperts.com. This is the second part of a video tutorial of event tracking. Now, let me show you a brief backup of what I have already explained in my first part. I have explained what events are. Events are user interactions with content that can be tracked independently. Then I showed you how can we, these are some prerequisites of creating before tracking events. There are some steps. You need to create your generic click trigger in Google Tag Manager. You need to create variables for clicks. Second step, you need to find your click text, click classes, page path. Now I'm going to start with a second part. Now the third step would be once you are created with click text and click classes, you need to go back to the Google Tag Manager and change your generic click trigger. Now how can you do that? You need to go back to Google Tag Manager, and you can see in triggers, you need to click on trigger. You will see your trigger which you have created. This was the trigger which you have created, generic click trigger, which you have created earlier. Now what I'm trying, I'm going back to Google Tag Manager tab and changing the generic click trigger to the click text name. Now you need to, I have already copied this. This is my click text. Sorry, this is text. This is my click text. Request a callback, and I'm changing the name. Now I need to click on it. Just copy it from this place, or you can type it. Now click here and changing the trigger name to request a callback. Now I am done with it. Under the tag configuration, click all clicks to some clicks, and then put the click text in front of your click text. Now I am just going to show you how can you do that. Just click on modify, or click on some clicks. Now this is what I am going to create. Find your click text contains request a callback. So I am going to create a trigger where when I'm going to click on this button, this is the click text button, text, and fire, you can see that fire this trigger when the event occurs on all these conditions are true. Now whenever my click text contains request a callback, this particular trigger will be implemented or maybe fired. Now I am through with it. Click on save. Now see, your trigger has been renamed. Now you are through with your third step. Now click on the fourth step. Now you need to create an actual event tracking tag now, which is very important. Now I'm creating a tag because in Google Assistant or maybe in Google Tag Manager, tags generally fired. So I'm going to create a tag here. You need to create a tag. Click on the tag button, new, put this name, Google Analytics event, request a callback. This event I have created. Click on tag configuration, select universal analytics. This is the tag type. Under this, it is going to create it is going to ask a Google Analytics ID. Now how can you this is Google Analytics ID. Now you go to your analytics account. If you are not sure what ID are you using at this moment, I have already shared how you can see your Google Analytics ID. In this admin tab, you can click on property settings. Under this property settings, you can see this is your tracking ID. Now I am just going to copy it and pasting in my notepad. This is my GID. Now go back to Google Tag Manager. Either select ID or maybe create one new variable, or you can create a new variable, or you can put this tracking ID here and save a new variable, but I have already saved it. This is my ID which I have already saved. If you want to check, you can check it. This is my, let's see, this is my tracking ID which I have already created. Now under this triggering, you need to choose your trigger which you have already created. I think you know what trigger I have already created. I have created a trigger by the name of request a callback. Now click on it. Now see, I have created the actual event tracking tag by the name of GA event request a callback, and I have gone into configuration box and I have configured my Google Analytics ID. In the event as a track type, I have set. Now I am the further step after that. I am going to, this triggering is saved. Now after that, once you are clicked with this, you just need to go back to this button and you need to change this option to event. Now here you need to put the category, action and label. Now my category for this event would be callback. This is my category. Action would be request. Label would be request callback. Now before I forget all these, I will have to save it. My category would be callback. My action would be request. My label would be request callback. I have saved it. You don't need to put value right now. Now this is my analytics ID which is being linked, and this is my triggering. Triggering would be done on my trigger which I have already created. Click on save. Now this tag is being created now. This is the final tag which will be executed using my trigger. Now I have set the category, action and label and values, everything. My fourth step is being completed now. Now your event is your trigger is tag is ready to fire. What you can do, you can go into testing mode now. How can you do that? You are already into testing mode, but you need to refresh it once. Now once it is refreshed, go back to your home page. Go back to your home page and refresh it. Go back to your home page and refresh it. Now once it is refreshed, you will see a Google Tag Manager preview mode. Now I'm going to test whether that particular tag is being fired or not. I'm just going to click on the button and like to see. Right now you can see your Google Analytics request callback tag is not fired. This is not fired. That means it is not fired because no click has been made. But yes, when I click on this button, request a callback, you can see once I click on it, you see this particular event has come up in the fired category. Now it is on fired category. Now this particular tag has been fired. Now I have checked it that event is firing whenever I am clicking on the button. Now my fifth step is being completed. As you can see, if you test it, click on the button, or you can hold the command button, and you can view the tag in the gtm.click variable. You can see there, you can see gtm.click variable is showing your tag. Now sixth step would be to see it in analytics. Now go to analytics, go to real time, go to events. Now you can see right now one active user. This particular event category is fired, request action, and success is 100%. Now that means my tag is fired using appropriate category and appropriate action, which I have already declared. Now this step is to just to ensure that the values are being passed from Google Tag Manager to Google Analytics, because I have already set up, I have already integrated my Google Tag Manager code to Google Analytics through the GID code. The last step would be to create a goal in Google Analytics, so that I can record the conversion. For doing that, you need to click on admin, you need to click on goals, click on new goal, name your goal, go to custom, create. I'm making a custom goal. I've already shared about goals video in my tutorials. If you can go to my channel and see all those. If you're not able to find it, just let me know by logging www.learnbyexperts.com. Now request callback is the name, and my type would be an event, right? Continue. Now here you need to fill up your exact category, action, and label. Now my category is callback. Action would be request, and your label would be request callback. Your event tracking is on. You can verify this goal, whether somebody in 7 days somebody has not clicked it, so maybe I am using it from today. Now my goal is being saved. You can see this goal is being saved. Request a callback, which is on. Recording is on. So now onwards, if somebody will land up to my landing page, and if it will click on this button, request a callback, my goal will be achieved, and the same will be reflected as a conversion, or maybe as a goal. So that is all about this event tracking. I'm thankful that you have seen this video. If you have any queries, you can get in touch with me. This is my contact number. You can directly call me, or you can WhatsApp me, or you can visit my website www.learnbyexperts.com. Thank you very much.